Morning campers! Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. You may remember a few weeks ago that I had some of these in my Beauty Bay haul. Well, the time has come for me to use them, so let's see if they actually make any difference to my cramps. And straight away I can smell eucalyptus and it's quite strong. It smells like vapour rub if you've ever had a cold. Oh god, that's really strong. I can feel it unblocking my nose, my hay fever nose. And basically, I've got to take them all out, haven't I? I've got to take them all out to get them to. This is basically what they are. So they're like little patches. It feels a bit like a fabric plaster. That's what it feels like, fabric plaster. So, this is what it looks like. Nice. It's quite thick. Well, it is compared to a plaster. And they definitely smell. And on the back you've got like your adhesive, and I don't know if you can kind of see it very well on this, but you've got like 3 patches to peel it off. So you've got one in the centre and then one on either side. I think you can like just about see where the S-shaped marks are here and here. But yeah, basically you peel the one off in the middle first, stick it to you, then you peel off the end ones, and it kind of supposed to make it easier so that it doesn't like all stick to itself and get all tangled. Right, let's see if I can actually get this on without making a mess of it. The problem is my stomach is so swollen at this time, it's like, where do I have to put it? I have to say though, I don't think I'm going to be able to use these without actual painkillers, because my cramps are quite bad. Well, it's stuck on the middle bit. Let's have these bits. I can get it to stick fully. I know you can't see what I'm doing at the minute, but I don't mind. I don't think you really want to see me sticking ant patch to myself. Oop, I'm making a mess of it basically. Wow, it's on. Ooh. You can kind of tell it's there, you can feel it like wiggling around. These are like stretchy things, so I was putting it on, I noticed that it's stretched a little bit. I can kind of feel it cooling a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be making a lot of difference at the moment. It says I can use it for up to 12 hours, so we'll see if it sticks on that long, and we'll also see if it does anything. If anything, it'll probably make me smell nice for a day, but yeah. I mean, I've got to go and take some painkillers because I need some. My cramps are literally that bad, but I'm hoping that, but I didn't buy these for them to replace like my painkillers. I bought them to replace the hot water bottle because I usually have to walk around with a hot water bottle on, a very hot water bottle, constantly filling it up like every couple of hours or so, as well as taking my really strong opiate painkillers. So fingers crossed these will help to replace the hot water bottle, because tucking it down the front of your trousers and underneath the jumper isn't great. And obviously with me looking for a job at the minute, it's kind of, I don't really want to have to be lugging a hot water bottle around if I've got to go and work in an office, because people give you funny looks and it's like, And I've been told before that I can't really use my hot water bottle in the workplace by past managers, so it's like, even when I've been absolutely desperate for it, it's been like, it said no, and it's like, opiate painkillers fill my head with cotton wool, so I thought I'd either have to take sick days, and it's like, whoa, I don't really want to do that. But yeah, so hopefully these will help to replace a hot water bottle. I can kind of feel it cooling a little bit. They are supposed to like cool, but it's not really doing much. But we'll see. Right, I'll probably check in at various points throughout the day. So this is like with it on for a few minutes. I'll be check in after a couple of hours, and then a few hours after that, and then at the end of the day when I take it off. What time is it now? I don't know when I've got to take it off. Well, it's just gone 10 o'clock, so it's 10 AM. So hopefully by the time I'm ready to go to bed, I can take this off. I wonder if these will help when I'm asleep. That that might be a thing to check. But sometimes like my period pain wakes me up in the night, and with it being summer and quite warm at the minute, I don't really want to be wearing a hot water bottle or having one to bed because I just get too warm. Hot water bottles are alright for winter, so I might try one of these at night as well, so that I can see whether I can sleep for the whole night through without waking up being in pain. Right, I'll check in with you in a couple of hours, and we'll see how this patch is doing. It's just gone 1 o'clock by the clock on the other side of the room, so this thing's been on for a couple of hours now. I think I put it on just after 10 o'clock, didn't I? It's been on for what? A couple of hours, 2 maybe 3 hours. Well, it's quite comfortable to wear. I've literally forgotten it's there. Initially I did kind of like, as it was like stretching itself into place, and as I was bending over and things and picking a few things up and sitting down and wiggling about and whatever, trying to get comfortable. It's really hard to get comfortable when you're in period pain. But it's settled down a bit now. I did, after about half an hour, I did kind of start to feel the cooling effects. It feels like really tingly, like someone's like tapping their fingers across the bottom of your abdomen, but like cool fingers or something. So it's like, it's very tingly. But that's kind of gone off now. In terms of pain, it's like, so far there's not a lot of difference between one of these and my hot water bottle. I know I am taking my painkillers with it, but the painkillers only take the edge off. It doesn't like fully get rid of the pain. And to be fair, neither does the added thing of the hot water bottle either. But this is it's helping, definitely. Like when I take painkillers on their own, I definitely notice the difference because I don't have the hot water bottle. But this is like definitely making a difference. I still have like a little bit of pain. It feels like someone's poking my abdomen rather hard, but it's not like the usual stabby kind of pain. You know, I'm semi-tempted to put another one on my back because I get like the both bit on the front and on the back and down my legs. So it's like, perhaps I should stick one on my back as well, because that kind of hurts where I'm swelling up and it's like pushing my spine out, which is bad. I actually have like discs that are being pushed out of place by the swelling. So yeah, I might try and put one on my back as well and see if that makes any difference, but the one that's fixed to my abdomen is fine. In terms of like it actually sticking, it's stuck fine. Like my pants go over the, like where it's stuck, and it's not like got stuck to them yet, and it's not like peeling off either. There's like a little bit around the edges that's starting to come away, but I think that's about normal. And it is on the side where I kind of managed to wrinkle it all up at the end. So I kind of expect that, but it still smells, like I can literally still smell it. If you've got a cold as well as when you're on your period, this would probably be good for you, because it's like vapour, but it actually goes up your body. And you can like really smell it. It smells like vapour rub, or is it Albus oil, the oil thing that you put on. It smells very similar to that because it's very eucalyptusy, so I smell very fresh. But yeah, other than it coming away ever so slightly in the top corners, but things like plasters tend to do that as well. After a couple of hours, they'll just start to come away. As long as it stays in place, like over the middle of my abdomen, I'm not fussed, because that's where most of the pain is. Like on me, it kind of goes so like the middle of like where my thigh is on either side. So I'm not fussed, because that's kind of like where my hip bones are. So it's like right on my hips. That might be another reason why it's coming away and why it's gone all wrinkled and not sat flat, because it's bumping over the bone. But other than it peeling ever so slightly on the corners, it's stayed in place. I mean, it will probably stay in place because of like where my neck elastic and where my trousers and things sit. But yeah, it does stretch when I move. So if like I'm leaning left and right, it's fine. And if you do swell up a little bit on your period, if you put one of these on in the morning, it's not going to like constrict you during the day. Because I've swelled up a little bit more since I put it on, and it's fine. It's sticking. I can kind of, it's not like totally invisible. I can see it compared to my skin, but I think that might be because these are like a medium skin tone kind of colour. But my skin is like very, very white, so it just kind of stand out as like quite a big. So yeah, you might want to wear high-waisted trousers if you're wearing a crop top while wearing these. Although to be fair, when I'm on my period, usually I just walk around in pyjamas or something. I'm not going out, so why would I bother getting dressed? At the minute I'm literally just sat in my pyjamas. It's like it's raining outside. I don't really want to be going out. I know it looks really sunny on this, but it's not. It's like really overcast and it keeps showering, so I'm not going out anywhere. But yeah, so far so good. I'll check back in another couple of hours later on in the afternoon, and we'll see how long it stayed on for then. Well, as you can probably tell by the lighting, it's now dark outside. It's like just coming up to 10 o'clock, so this has been on about 12 hours now. It says I can keep the patches on for about 12 hours, so I'm going to like peel it off and see how easy it is to peel off. Well, it hasn't really come away in the middle. Again, it's peeled a little bit more around the edges, but to be honest, you kind of expect that, especially like when you're moving around or moving around. But it is literally just the corners that have peeled off. Let's peel it off. Coming away quite easy actually. Ooh. She says it's coming away easily, but oh dear, it's tugging a little bit. But yeah, it's come off quite easy. There's actually not a lot of sticky residue left, but I will just give myself a wipe over with a flannel anyway. I can literally feel this like releasing, cooling things every couple of hours or so. Especially if I was like wiggling around. The minute I moved around, like I could feel it releasing, cooling stuff again. But if I sat for a while, like the feeling would go off. But yeah, this is it basically. Yeah, you can see it's like kind of creased in places, and it's not very sticky anymore. But it still does smell really strong. And menthol, it's made me smell quite nice as well. I could actually smell it like the whole day. Been walking around smelling like menthol. So yeah. That's the patch now off. So, is it as good as a hot water bottle? Is it as good as a hot water bottle? No. The thing is, my pain's an awkward thing to deal with because I have to take opiate painkillers. They don't work to fully get rid of the pain, and adding the hot water bottle kind of helps. However, I have to say that for times when the pain is less, so perhaps when I get as I start cramping, like literally the minute my body releases an egg, and then they're quite low level cramps, but I think those patches might help better with that when I don't really want to be warming up a hot water bottle all the time, and perhaps save the hot water bottle for the heavier cramps like I get now. But this is like day one, and this is usually like the worst day. Day one and day two are like the worst days for pain, because that's quite often when the pain is just absolutely intolerable. But yeah, this is like it's helped. It's replaced my hot water bottle for today. I haven't needed to like stick the hot water bottle on over the top, which is a positive sign. However, this period hasn't been as heavy as they usually are, which kind of usually indicates that the heavy bit may come later. So it'll be interesting to see if when my period does start to go at full flow, whether that actually makes a difference or not. But yeah, I definitely use them if I was working, or if I wanted to like go out to the supermarket, I'd probably pop one on, and it saves lugging around a hot water bottle. And I definitely use them in a heat wave as well. Although I'm not quite sure how the adhesive would hold up, because I tend to sweat a lot when I'm on my period anyway. And with a heat wave, it's like double, so double trouble. But yeah, I definitely use one on a heat wave as well, because I really don't want to be walking around with a hot water bottle to myself during a heat wave. I'm hot enough in like 30 odd degree temperatures, let alone add heat onto that. You can just literally tell by my face that that's like my worst nightmare. But yeah, I definitely use it. Would I get away with using it on their own without painkillers? No way. There is literally no way at all. I am not even going to try, because I know that my levels of pain are so intense that it's just not going to work on its own. My levels of pain are just so intense that it's not going to work on its own. And I know this because this morning when I put it on, I hadn't long taken my painkillers, and they usually take about an hour to kick in, and it took a little bit of the edge off, but I was still like in a lot of pain. So yeah, it's not going to work on its own. It might if you it might work for you if you have quite, well, if you don't have the same levels of pain that I do, and you have like a lighter pain, or you're just starting out on your periods and you want something to wear under your school uniform that's going to last like the whole day, because these release things for up to 12 hours, it says. So they might help you